Good day, everyone. This topic is all about the Central Processing Unit, or the CPU. CPU is have three components. The first one is the memory or the storage unit, the control unit. The third one is the arithmetic logic unit. For the next slide, I'm going to tackle the Central Processing Unit i- of how it is works, functions, features of this. Central Processing Unit, or the CPU, also called central processors, main processor, or just a processor, is the electronic circuitry within a computer that executes instructions that make a computer program. Um, for the features of this CPU, CPU is considered also as the brain of the computer. Also, stores data, intermediate results, and instructions of the program. Also controls the operation of all parts of the computer. Uh, that's all for this central processing unit. Uh, the next slide is for the um, three components of the CPU. The first one is the memory or the storage unit. Uh, Memory or storage unit. This unit supplies information to other units of the computer when needed. It uh, also known as internal storage or the random access memory RAM. Uh, Memory storage is ito yung ito yung uh, internal memory ng isang CPU or the computer rather. Memory storage functions are stores all data and instructions required for processing. Also, the final results of processing before these results are released to an output device. The inputs and outputs are transmitted through the main memory. So yung ini-input mo ng mga information is tinatransmit niya through the main memory. And that's all for the memory or the storage. Talks about the other components of the CPU. The call it the control unit. For the control unit is unit that controls the operations of all parts of the computer but does not carry out any actual data processing operations. Functions of the control unit is nagko-control siya ng mga data na tina-transfer and instruction na tina-transfer into other units of computer. Kumbaga, mina-manage and coordinates all the units of the computer. Control unit is communicates with output devices for transfer of data or results from storage. At yung control unit is hindi parehas dun sa memory storage na nag-i-store ng data at hindi rin siya nagpo-process ng data. And that's all for the control unit. For the last part of the components of the CPU are the arithmetic logic unit. This unit consists of two subsections, namely the arithmetic section and the logic section. And for the arithmetic section is performs arithmetic operations like the operation addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. All complex of the operations are done by making repetitive use of the above operations. So yun, yung arithmetic section is ito yung mga operations like the addition, nag-add, subtract, minus, multiplication, and the division. And sa logic section naman, perform logic operations. Operations that such as comparing, selecting, matching, and merging of data. And that's all. Thank you.
Buses. In a computer architecture, a bus is a communication system that transfer data between components inside a computer or between computers. This expression cover all related hardware components and software including communication protocols. There are three types of buses: address bus, data bus, control bus. Address bus carries memory addresses from the processor to the other components such as primary storage and output in input devices. Data bus carries the data between the processor and the other components. Control bus carries control signal from the processor to the other components. Why bus is used in computers? A bus is a bus system that is used to connect computer components and transfer data between them. For example, an internal bus connects computer internal to the motherboard. A bus may be parallel or serial. Parallel buses transmit data across the multiple wires.
So, hello everyone. I'm here to discuss the inside case. Inside case, the case contains and protects the electronic of the computer or mobile device from damages, like laptop case, desktop tower case, all-in-one desktop case, slate tablet case, game console case, convertible tablet case, smartphone, wearable device case, portable media player case, handheld game device case, and digital camera case. We have also in the inside case the power supply and fan, sound card, inside of desktop, inside of laptop, processor, heat sink and fan, memory module. We have also in the inside case is the motherboard. Motherboard is the main circuit board of the computer. Halos lahat ng electronic device ay may motherboard. From smartphones, TV, at gaming console. Ang motherboard ay kilala rin sa tawag na backbone of the computer. Ang motherboard sa isang computer ay may iba't ibang form factors and sizes like ATX, Mini ITX, EITX, etc. Meron din itong dalawang CPU platform, yun ay ang Intel at AMD platform. Dito, kinakabit ang halos 90% ng components sa isang computer. Ang motherboard ay walang kakayahang mag-process ng information mag-isa. Nagre-rely o kailangan niya ng tulong ng ibang components such as CPU at RAM para makapag-function. At ang motherboard ay hindi lamang hardware. Meron din siyang software na naka-install sa kanya. Yun ay ang BIOS, Basic Information and Output and Input System, or UEFI, yun ay ang Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. Yun lamang po. Thank you.
Good day everyone. My chosen topic is data representation. First, what is a data representation? A Okay, first, let's tackle about data. It refers to the symbol that represent people, events, things, and ideas. Data can be a name, a number, the colors in a photograph, or the notes in a musical composition. Data representation. It refers to the form in which data is stored, processed, and transmitted. Devices such as smartphones, iPods, and computers store data in digital formats that can be handled by electronic circuitry. Digitation is the process of converting information such as text, numbers, photo, or music into digital data that can be manipulated by electronic devices. The digital revolution has evolved through 4 phases, beginning with big, expensive, standalone computers and progressing to today's digital world in which small and expensive digital devices are everywhere. The zeros and ones used to represent digital data are referred to as binary digits. From this term, we get the word bit that stands for binary digit. A bit is a 0 or 1 used in the digital representation of data. A digital file, usually referred to simply as a file, is a named collection of data that exists on a storage medium such as hard disk, CD, DVD, or a flash drive. Here are the examples of a data representation. Representing numbers. Numeric data consists of numbers that can be used in arithmetic operations. Digital devices represent numeric data using the binary number system, also called base 2. The binary number system only has 2 digits, the 0 and 1. No numeral like 2 exists in the system, so the number 2 is represented in binary as 1, 0. Here are the examples of representing text. Character data is composed of letters, symbols, and numerals that are not used in calculations. Example of character data include your name, address, and hair color. Character data is commonly referred to as text. Digital devices employ several types of codes to represent character data, including ASCII, Unicode, and variants. ASCII means American Standard Code for Information Interchange, pronounced ASCII. Requires 7 bits for each character. The ASCII code for case is 10001. Here are the example of representing text. That ends our report. Thank you.
Good day everyone. I am Jayno Razonable Magnaye, your reporter for today. I'm going to discuss to you what is computer memory all about. What is computer memory? Computer memory is the storage space in the computer where data is to be processed and instructions required for processing are stored. The memory is divided into large number of small parts called cells. Each location or cell has a unique address, which varies from 0 to memory minus 1. We also know a memory is just like a human brain. It is used to store data and instruction. So that's what the computer memory functions. So here are the 3 types of memory. 1. Cache memory. 2. Primary memory, main memory. 3 is secondary memory. So what is cache memory? Cache memory is a very high-speed semiconductor memory which can speed up the CPU. It acts as a buffer between the CPU and the main memory. So this is the function of cache memory. It is used to hold those parts of data and program which are most frequently used by the CPU. The parts of data and programs are transferred from the disk to cache memory by the operating system, from where the CPU can access them. This is the advantages of cache memory. Cache memory is faster than main memory. It consumes less access time as compared to main memory. It stored the program that can be executed within a short period of time. It stores data for temporary use. This is the disadvantages of cache memory. Cache memory has limited capacity. It is very expensive. Let's proceed to other types of memory. Primary memory, also called main memory. primary memory holds only those data instruction on which the computer is currently working. So the functions of primary memory: it has a limited capacity and data is lost when the power is switched off. It is generally made up of semiconductor device. These memories are not as fast as register. The data instruction required to be processed resides in the main memory. It is divided into two subcategories, RAM and ROM. Here are the characteristics of main memory. These are semiconductor memories. It is known as the main memory. Usually volatile memory. Data is lost in case power is switched off. It is the working memory of the computer, faster than secondary memories. A computer cannot run without the primary memory. Here is one of the subcategories of primary memory. ROM stands for read-only memory, the memory from which we can only read but cannot write on it. This type of memory is non-volatile. ROM chips are not only used in the computer but also in other electronic items like washing machine and microwave. The function of ROM is the information is stored permanently in such memories during a manufacture. A ROM stores such instructions that are required to start a computer. This operation is referred to as bootstrap. This is the last subcategories of primary memory. RAM, random access memory, is the internal memory of the CPU for storing data, program, and program result. It is a read or write memory which stores data until the machine is working. As soon as the machine is switched off, data is erased. So we all know the RAM is volatile. Example, data stored in it is lost when we switch off the computer or if there is a power failure. Hence, a backup uninterruptible power system, UPS, is often used with computers. RAM is small, but both in terms of its physical size and in the amount of data it can hold. This is the last type of memory, secondary memory. This type of memory is also known as external memory or non-volatile. It is lower than the main memory. These are used for storing data or information permanently. CPU directly does not access this memory. Instead, they are accessed via input-output routine. So, the functions of secondary memory, the contents of secondary memory are first transferred to the main memory, and then the CPU can access it. For example, disk, CD-ROM, DVD, and etc. Here are the characteristics of secondary memory. These are magnetic and optical memories. It is known as the backup memory. It is a non-volatile memory. Data is permanently stored even if power is switched off. It is used for storage of data in a computer. Computer may run without the secondary memory, slower than primary memory. So that's the end of my discussion. Thank you. God bless.
Good day, Labis. I am Aldrian Manonggal and I'm going to discuss about adapter.
So what is adapter? An adapter or adapter is a device that converts attributes of one electrical device or system to those of an otherwise incomplete device or system. Some modify power or signal attributes, while others merely adapt the physical form to another. A connector form joining parts or device having different sizes, design, etc., enabling them to be fitted or to work together, so that we can use the adapter to connect the other device to our gadget like laptops, tablets, iPhones, TVs, and projector. And there are 9 types of adapter. Number 1, DisplayPort to HDMI adapter. 2, HDMI to iOS device adapter. 3, VGA to older iOS device. 4, VGA to newer iOS device adapter. 5, VGA to HDMI adapter. 6, Mini DisplayPort to VGA in HDMI adapter. 7, Mini DisplayPort to DisplayPort adapter. 8, VGA to USB-C adapter. 9, HDMI to USB adapter. The DisplayPort to HDMI adapter is connect DisplayPort devices to HD TVs and monitors. This DisplayPort to female HDMI adapter allows you to instantly stream high-quality video and audio from laptops, desktop, and tablets that have a DisplayPort output to your HDMI television or computer monitor using separate HDMI to iOS device adapter. With the appropriate cable or adapter, you can connect your iPhone to a display like a TV, projector, or computer. VGA to older iOS device adapter. The Lightning to VGA adapter supports mirroring of what is displayed on device screen, including apps, presentation, websites, and slideshows, and more. VGA to newer iOS device adapter. Simply attach your Lightning to VGA adapter to the Lightning connector on your device and then to your TV or projector via VGA cable. VGA to HDMI adapter. The first one is that VGA is an analog interface. HDMI is a digital one. The second difference is that VGA is a video interface and HDMI includes both audio and video. For the reason, you will need not just a cable when connecting a device with a VGA interface, a device with HDMI interface, but an adapter. Mini DisplayPort to VGA HDMI adapter. Instead of keeping 3 different adapters on hand, the MDP Travel adapter offers VGA, DVI, and HDMI. Mini DisplayPort to DisplayPort. The Mini DisplayPort or Mini DP or MDP is a miniaturized version of the DisplayPort audio-visual digital interface. With an adapter, the Mini DisplayPort can drive display devices with VGA, DVI, or HDMI interfaces. VGA to USB-C adapter. From the screen of your USB-C enable device straight to your projector or monitor smoothly and effortlessly. The USB-C to VGA adapter is 15 cm finely tuned. Last, HDMI to USB-C adapter. This means that smartphones, tablets, laptops, cameras, and any other device with a USB-C port can be built to directly output video to any HDMI display with a single cable. Alt mode, which stands for alternative mode, allows non-USB signals to be carried through a USB-C cable.
And that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am John Joshua Lano and I will discuss to you what is power supply and batteries all about. What is power supply? The power supply in your PC provides all of the different voltage your computer needs to operate properly. If there is any one component that is absolutely vital to the operation of a computer, it is the power supply. Without it, a computer is just an inert box full of plastic and metal. The power supply converts the alternating current line from your home to the direct current needed by the personal computer. In this article, we'll learn how PC power supplies work and what the wattage readings mean. Power supply wattage. A 400 watt switching power supply will not necessarily use more power than a 250 watt supply. A larger supply may be needed if you use every available slot on the motherboard or every available drive in the personal computer case. It is not a good idea to have a 250 watt supply if you have 250 watts total in devices, since the supply should not be loaded to 100% of its capacity. The power supply improvements. Recent motherboard and chipset improvements permit the user to monitor the revolution per minute of the power supply, fan BIOS, and a Windows application supplied by the motherboard manufacturer. New design offer fan control so that the fan only runs the speed needed, depending on cooling needs. What is battery? A battery is a hardware component that supplies power to a device, enabling that device to work without a computer cord. Batteries are often capable of powering a laptop computer for several hours depending on how much power it requires. Today, many high-end devices such as computer laptops and cell phones use rechargeable batteries that allow a user to recharge the batteries once depleted of energy. We have three types of battery. First, CMOS battery. Second, bridge battery. Third, main battery. CMOS battery. The CMOS battery that holds your computer settings, such as the time and date. Without a CMOS battery, you would not have to reset the time, date, and other system settings each time the computer starts. Bridge battery. The bridge battery is only found in portable computers as a temporary backup for the main battery. A bridge battery allows you to remove the main battery and replace it with a good battery without having to turn off the computer. Main battery. The main battery in a portable computer is an alternate source of energy for when the computer is not connected to a wall outlet.